Hello, friends. Hey, hey, hey. If you're here and watching the replay, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Svava Brooks. I'm a trauma coach, and I love to hang out here on YouTube and Periscope Tuesdays and Thursdays with my fellow survivor thrivers as we talk about love and support and encouragement for the healing journey. If you're here live, please say hello. Please let me know that you're here so we can welcome you and celebrate you and acknowledge you. This is our last chat before Thanksgiving, so we won't be back here until after a week from today. So good that you're here with us. And again, like I said, if you're here watching the replay, please visit my website, svavabrooks.com, where you can learn more about the services that I offer as a life coach, work with survivors one-on-one, and love to hang out and run support groups as well. Hey, friends, how are you doing? No snow yet. No snow yet. Yeah, I'm coming to you from Portland, Oregon. Where are you? And is it snowing yet? Wanda, has the winter storm arrived? Hey, friends on Periscope, appreciate the hearts. Let me know where you're from. Please say hello. Is this the big storm in your part of the world? I know the East Coast is going to see some snow, right? And then the Denver area. Yay, the surrounding snow. You are a backyard. Welcome home. Nope, no snow here yet. No snow here yet. My sister is trying to get there to spend time with her nephew. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be out there traveling anywhere, period, right now. Because I hear, right, on the news, I heard in Denver, they're just handing out vouchers, or some of the big airlines are sending out travel vouchers to people already just so they won't come to the airport because a lot of the flights have been canceled. Is there weather going on? Yeah, I can't believe we're starting here talking about the weather. But right here, no, it's not. It's been rainy and gloomy today, but no snow yet. But we know there's snow west of us, west of Portland. No, let me say east of Portland and south of Portland. Any advice on recovering gambling addict? I don't think a lot of people understand the trauma. It's raining hard in Indianapolis, right? Better in the snow. Hey, friend, just BB fan. Well, for any addiction, I think it's important that we understand the underlying issue. Why are we driven to distract, repress, and avoid, right? There's something that is going on, and the reason, and it's a coping mechanism, right? Any addiction is a strategy. It's a strategy to numb pain. So yes, it is definitely can be trauma, can be childhood abuse and neglect. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for asking. Exactly. And, no judgment over here, no judgment whatsoever. It is hard, to deal with any type of addiction, but it helps to understand how it impacts our minds, how it impacts our thoughts, how it impacts our biology, how it impacts our nervous system, because our body and our mind is hardwired to keep us safe, right? Easily wants just to disconnect us and take charge. So it takes time. And Rob here, hey Ricky, and just for our Periscope friends, we got the live stream chat going on YouTube. If you want to join the conversation, you can head over to YouTube and do a search for the name of our channel. It's the name of the book, and you will find our chat. Rob is also saying it's the dopamine reward-based thing. So like most addictions, it's hard to beat, but what Svava said is the key. Hey, so absolutely. There is a cycle going on in the body, right? It is, like you said, Rob, dopamine reward. And actually, there's a lot of our habits are actually almost like addiction driven, like our habits. So again, no judgment. If we look around us in the world, there is a lot of those going on. The challenge is when it starts to harm, create harm in our relationships or, in our own lives, that things are out of control. So, but I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you asked. So yeah, we have some people we haven't seen in a while. I'm so glad you guys are all here so we can talk and touch base before Thanksgiving. Hey, Cindy, how are you doing, my friend? And let's see, I saw Sharon is here. Hey, Sharon, she says, I'm out dancing South Carolina shag with my Florida friends. I'll watch this later to catch up. We miss you too, Sharon. Wish I could go out dancing with you. I wish you were closer to me. Love to dance. We love to dance. Absolutely. Wanda, are you saying, are they calling for snow for us? Some people in my family are hoping that there is snow in our future. Actually, I met with some colleagues today here in the Oregon area, the Portland area, and one of the guys said he bought snow tires this year because he has heard from so many people that we are getting snow, and my other colleague was making fun of him because he was asking, so how do you know? He's like, well, I've been watching the Weather Channel, but then he also said, I've been watching the squirrels. So he said, I've been watching the squirrels and I'm watching them, how much they're hoarding their food right now. And so he's predicting snow, and he's predicting snow soon. So you guys keep me posted if it starts to snow behind me here while we're here together. So wouldn't that be funny? That would be funny. You're a dope dancer? Yeah, I'm a dope dancer. I'm a dope dancer. Well, as you guys may have seen in one of our groups today, someone was asking, are we having a reunion this year? Right? We met up in April. And so I am thinking about seeing if we can have a reunion on the West Coast this year, and then it's going to be in Texas again next year or the year after. Because I had some people reach out to me. It's like, hey, Svava, you're on the West Coast. Why don't you have a retreat on the West Coast? Okay. Wanda says, my nephew told my sister that Portland was calling for a bad storm. Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad we got our errands done today. I've been running around nonstop, back to back today. So, hey, my Periscope friends who are trying to join video chat, I'm not doing video chats today, but I would love to have you join the conversation with a chat or a question. Arias Mon, I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. All right, enjoy your dancing, Sharon. How is my toe? Well, I'm happy to report I actually went out today in a matching pair. I have for the last few weeks been wearing my right shoe and then my funky support shoe for my left foot. So happy to report that. So, but I have to share, right? I can brag. Svava, okay, hold on, pause. I've got a question on Periscope. One last question. If we know from self-examination what the underlying reason is for gambling, can we do the work alone and meditate? Very good question. I would say no, my friend. We cannot do the work alone and meditate. No. Address the issue, my friend. Find a support group. Hang out with peers. Absolutely. Right? Because we need a huge shift in our thinking, in our feeling, and our habits, and our behaviors. Meditation will definitely help. Definitely help. But I don't know anybody that has made significant progress or healing on their own. And especially when we're dealing with addiction, I think it can be, I don't want to say dangerous, but we're setting ourselves up. So when we're alone with our thoughts, guess what happens? My mind really likes to be right. And in the past, until now, I know how to show up and question those thoughts. But even, here I am on this healing journey. There are times where I call my peers or my friends or my coach, and it's like, hey, I need a little reality check. What's going on here in my mind? Can I share that with you? Right? So find some peer support. And you're in good company if you want to hang out with us, but find other people that are in your shoes, in your journey, or other people that have been through it. And that will greatly speed up the healing journey. Yes, that's why those addict recovery groups are group. Yes, exactly. Right, because we need sometimes to borrow somebody else's brain. Because our addiction brain, hardwired, right? And so until we're shifting, detoxing, literally detoxing, we need support. And again, and lots of self-compassion. And that's why I'm not going to forget. Tell you guys, right? Some of you have already seen. I'm super excited. I'm doing a self-compassion challenge starting on December 1st, right? I couldn't think of a better time of year than to support my people on the topic of self-compassion. When so many of us, right, the holidays are hard, especially hard for us. So giving myself some of the feel-good hormones. Right here, right now. All right, friend LD is here too. Yes, that's right, Sue. I'm wearing 2 shoes, matching pair. So this table is shaking. I'm going to do a little brag because I'm a mom and I can. But I want to tell you guys, I just came from a parent-teacher conference. And most of you guys know, right, I have a teenage son, my 16-year-old, who is a high-functioning Asperger's. His school journey has been, in one word, hard. Hey, Britt. Happy Tuesday. And so he has been through all kinds of school. We've homeschooled, unschooled, Waldorf school, online school, you name it. I'm doing great, Britt. How are you? And these last 2 years, he asked to go to a regular high school. So he's in his second year of public high school. And so I went to parent-teacher conference today. And I'm so glad that I went. I met with 5 different teachers, right? And they all said, right, what a great kid. You have done a great job with this boy. He is joy to have in class. He works hard. He, not perfect, which is not what I asked for. Of course, you guys know that. But it was like, I was in tears. I was like, oh my God. So it was just so much fun. They had nothing but such awesome things to say about him. Not that I was expecting anything else, but to hear that after the journey that he has had. So I'm telling you this, guys, this for a reason, right? Thank you, LD, right? The parents here, you guys get it, right? Someone who hated school, someone who struggled, socially engaging, someone who struggled with learning, someone who struggled with executive functioning, someone who struggled with, how to get stuff done, who struggled with writing, who struggled with reading. He's got B's, A's, and a couple of C's that he's working on. Just need to bring some projects to school to get his grades up. And I was just like, oh my God, it made my day. So that was my Christmas present, my holiday present, all there, all wrapped up in one. So just as I sat down here, I had to call my mom and I had to call him. So thank you, Wanda. He comes from an amazing family. Of course, he's an amazing at being his best. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Taylor. Hey, friends. How are you doing? And again, just to my YouTube friends, Periscope friends, I got 2 live streams going and the chat on both ends, both sides. I'm going to do my best to keep an eye on it. I'm going to be sharing the topic of the day from our book and then a couple of questions. And then there's lots of people that have shared their journal entries in our closed group today and have given me permission to share it with you. So, and then I have a couple of questions that I'm going to pose. And if you want to answer, thank you, Cindy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. I knew you'd be happy for me. Knew you'd be happy for me. And that's what I keep thinking. If my son can change that much, right? With support. Yes, we need a community, and that's why we're here. We're here to support and encourage and believe in each other. That's it. We have everything that we need inside. With a little encouragement, love, and support, we got it. Hey, Darcy. So, thank you. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Rob. I so appreciate it. So let me set up our topic. Today, we are talking about taking responsibility for ourselves, our healing journey. Responsibility, that's a tricky word sometimes. Sometimes we resist hearing that as trauma survivors. So I'm curious, when someone says to you, I've heard it shared many, many times or seen this shared on social media. When someone says, we can take responsibility for our healing. Like, right, we can't take responsibility for what happened to us, but we can take responsibility for a healing journey. How does that land for you? And again, there is no judgment, absolutely not. But it's so important that we understand, are we taking this literally? Or how are we reading into that statement, so to speak? So let me set this up. Our lives and our happiness are our responsibility, not in the past, right? We were hurt, abused, neglected, right, by caregivers, friends, family, perhaps, but we're here now. But this lesson, right, is not easily learned. We are taught and shown and expected to get love and validation from others, to ask others to fill our needs. But that places the fate of our life, the fate of our joy, the fate of love in the hands of another. And it will, if there's emptiness in here, right? If there's a lack of love and feeling worthy of love, then really it doesn't matter what people out here do to try. Right? And let me just, little disclaimer, I know I'm very direct about this, my friends. I am very direct about it, but I'm doing it intentionally. I do it with as much love as I can, and you guys who hang out with me know this. But we need to normalize this conversation. Don't take this on as judgment or comparing yourself. None of that. But if you're feeling a little oof, right? Notice your feelings. Notice what's happening in your body. Keep Those deep breaths, deep breaths, right here, right now, right? We're right here, right now. Again, it will never be enough because it isn't the kind of love that fills us, not when we haven't been able to love ourselves and find joy in ourselves. That's what sets you free. When you realize that everything you need is within you, right? Love and trust is developed when we take responsibility for ourselves, know how to ask for what we need when we need it. There is freedom in that. So how have you taken responsibility for yourself this week rather than requiring someone else to do it for you? That's the first question. And the second one is, when was the last time you asked for what you need? And like I said, I'm scrolling down here. I have a handful, great, lots of you guys shared today comments on these questions. So let's see, Rob saying here, the semantics of that are very important. Like fight in the cancer world is not universally accepted. Okay, I need to let that sink in, how you're saying that, the semantics. I hear you, Rob, right? It is, and it is exactly, it's important to understand. And I think it is important, each of us can decide ultimately what that looks like. But also for me, once I realize the responsibility thing, got it. Once I realized, because I had felt powerless for so long, being raised in a house, there was domestic violence, there was emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. I felt completely powerless, right? I was dependent on people that were responsible for me. So my happiness and well-being was dependent on outside people providing that for me. But as I grew up and got out of there, right? It no longer is their responsibility, but because of trauma, I, again, attributed all the things that went wrong, that I didn't get my needs met, that I wasn't, loved, cherished, encouraged, supported. I made it mean that it was somehow my fault, right? So, and then if I wasn't taught how to be responsible for any of those things, right, Rob? If I can't be responsible for doing those things, then how can I be responsible for, my healing? So it took me a long time. And so as a result of that, I kept wanting other people to fix me, other people to hear me, to heal me. And often for many of us who maybe have this deep wound, this, empty space, and I often talk about, and this is where I feel like inner child work is so important, is that until we recognize how we can heal that wound, we end up handing our hearts to other people. We end up handing our, wounded inner child to other people. Will you love me? Will you take care of me? Will you fix me? But no one out here can really do it. We are the only ones who can. And we will never be held responsible or accountable or to blame for what happened in our childhoods. That's not what this is about. But is like right here, right now, yeah, I do want responsibility for my well-being, because it feels, it's not a good feeling if I'm gonna need, we need people, but I can still do a lot of the things to contribute to my health and my well-being and me feeling good about myself, right? And that's the shift that we're making in our trauma healing. Let's see here. Cindy says, absolutely get stuck in being responsible for my emotions and feelings. When I get down, it comes out in anger when I'm not responsible. Yes, I hear you, Cindy. I hear you, my friend. Absolutely. And that's like part of why we learn to navigate and understand our bodies. How can we self-regulate? How can we become self-aware? How can we learn to safely express our feelings, the things that we maybe have been repressing, stuffing since we were kids? It wasn't safe to express them. No one around us showed us how. So it makes sense that we did what we're doing, that we did, and we are doing it. But it needs to come out, right? And that's the part that we, as we heal, take responsibility for. No, I'm feeling some hurt. How can I express this hurt? How can I feel like, find a safe place, safe people to express that, to get that out? Because if we don't, most of us end up turning it on ourselves. Let's see. When I've been responsible, I don't even mind mistakes because I can learn from them, or at least I was making the decisions. Exactly, Rob. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Again, why I love the topic of self-compassion, right? So important. Because trauma survivors, we are so hard on ourselves. We're hard on ourselves. We're hard on ourselves. So we're already hard on ourselves, and then we're trying to learn, and we are brutal with ourselves. Brutal. So learning to understand, be kind and gentle, as many of us are growing up again. I was emotionally stunted. I didn't know how to communicate. I was stuck in physical, like automatic habits and patterns that just took over, where I was just like, what happened? I was just in a trance. So once I understood why that was happening, and then when I learned some tools and I was willing to apply those tools, I was willing to work with those tools, not always fun or pretty, but I was like, no, I want responsibility for my body. I want to claim my feelings and my thoughts and understand what it is that drives me and what makes me feel good. I want to know. So I can talk a lot about this, I know. So let me turn to your comments, right? So Sue, thank you. Shared with us here, for most of my life, I've had to be responsible for myself and everyone else around me. Nobody took responsibility for me. But now I'm becoming more intentional about taking responsibility for my own well-being with better self-care, exercise, reasonably healthy eating, mindfulness, enough rest, and TRE, tension and trauma release. And I never really knew what I wanted or needed. But now I'm learning to listen to myself to find out what it is that I actually need. Then I can ask for that if necessary. But I'm better that I was at asking for help now instead of struggling to cope alone as I used to do. I hear you, Sue. Right? So awesome. Because that is, right, Sue, you are exactly, respect, my friend. You are modeling exactly all of that. Even though no one took responsibility for all of what that went wrong, right? The hurt, the neglect, not being loved and supported and encouraged as a child, right? You're not responsible for all that hurt. For doing that, you're not to blame. But you are here now and can claim, okay, I live in this grown-up body. How can I take fully responsible for the full capacity of this body? And you're doing that, my friend. You are doing that and doing a beautiful job, Sue. I know it's hard and I know it's not always fun or pretty, but hats off to you, my friend, because you are doing it. And I know the group, we celebrate you and your strength and your awareness and your courage. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. So just again, to remind us, the two questions: how have you taken responsibility for yourself this week? Rather than, right, requiring someone else to do something for you. Maybe that, right, isn't theirs to do. You're welcome, Sue. And what was the last time you asked for what you need? And that's part of it, right? Learning to communicate. Once we know what we need, I know what I can do for myself. And I know, we need people. I know what I can, how to ask for what I need from others. Let's see here. Wanda shares with us, as it relates to my healing, I've always looked to self, mostly because my ability to trust that others would be there or even cared. I hear you, friend. I'm feeling that, Wanda. Isn't that the worst feeling? I just really want to acknowledge that deep hurt for all of you guys. Sue, I know that goes for you too. Oh my goodness, that was such a deep and hard hurt to heal. No one even cares, right? When I was a little girl, right? Can you imagine your 8-year-old self, 4-year-old self, 12-year-old self looking around? I don't think anybody cares. Ugh. So, we care. We are learning to care and take care of that part of us. Yes, that's hard still. I hear you, Cindy. I knew I was feeling some other hearts out there. I know. It is hard. I'm sorry, Rob. Did not mean to trigger anybody, but just really wanted to be honest about that. Because here is the thing, right? Yes, it's important that we allow ourselves to feel the hurt, right? I can feel it right here behind my eyeballs, right? Right? That's good, Rob. I'm happy to hear you say that. It was validating. Yes. And that's also the responsibility piece, right? We can't skip over that we were hurt, that we were abused, neglected. We cannot skip over the hurt. So responsibility isn't about moving on quickly to pretend everything's good and you're healing. Yay, right? No. It's about starting with step 1, which we cannot skip through. My 8-year-old self realized he isn't alone, retrospective style. Good. I'm so glad. And my sweet, sweet Rob, you right here can also tell him. You can tell him. Because he may have a powerful story in there that why bother, nobody cares. Why even try, nobody cares. And that it hurts. But you, as you are now, right, you have become the parent and the protector that he needed. No, Wanda, you did not. You didn't do that at all. You were sharing, I was the one who added to that in this conversation. But the thing is, now we can tell our 8-year-old self, I am here. I am here. I am here. I am here. And I care. I care. So, Rob, I hope you sit with your little 8-year-old self in a way that works for you and help correct that false belief that he may have deep inside of you still, that nobody cares. And to show him, hey, sweet boy, I am so, so sorry. I can feel that hurt. I am so, so sorry, little Wanda. I am so, so sorry, little Cindy. I am so sorry, little Sue. I'm so sorry, baby girl. I'm so sorry no one showed up when it really mattered to really show you they cared. This is what caring looks like. This is what caring sounds like. This is what caring feels like. When you put your hand on your heart, on your body, and let your body understands warmth and kindness and stillness. It's not too late, Cindy. It's not too late, Rob. It's not too late, Wanda. It's not too late, Svava. You matter. I care. Yes, you matter. I care. I am here now. I am here now. I am here now. So thank you for sharing that, Wanda, and thank you for sharing that, Rob. Wanda goes on to say here, she says, hey Jojo, she says, I am currently struggling with this very thing. It feels more like I am blaming myself, opposite to accepting responsibility. I think there is a very fine line between the two. Yes, there is, Wanda. Yes, there is. It confuses me because isn't accepting that my lifestyle caused the trauma me being responsible, but it also is attached to guilt and shame, and those feelings beat me down. I'm going to answer that in a second, Wanda. Up until the recent flashback, I was actually started to ask for things I needed, but today, right now, I am terrified to even think about what I need because I know the answer. I need to give myself a break. I need to show myself the same compassion I would offer others. I don't know how to do that or what that would look like. I hear you, Wanda. I do hear you, my friend. Here's the thing, Wanda. Sweet, sweet Wanda. So everybody, I'm asking a favor. Please drop into our hearts. And when you feel that warmth in your heart, I want you to send it to Wanda. I want you to just imagine we are standing around Wanda in a circle and we are pouring love. Pouring love and light and acceptance and hugs. Thank you, Rob, to Wanda. Wanda, our behavior after being abused was not our fault. It was not your fault. You were acting out, sweet girl. You were acting out, sweet woman. I'm talking to your sweet inner child. I'm talking to your sweet inner teenager. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Someone is expressing here on Periscope that they feel angry. Yes, exactly, Jojo. When we give away our responsibility for ourselves, it also is disrespectful. So it makes us feel angry, right? So, Wanda, I hope you're feeling our love and support. All our behaviors make sense, make complete sense given our history, are completely normal given our history. It's all we do is for survival. And like you said, you see that and you are hearing that, and that you are doing your best to be kind to yourself, to give yourself a break. So I'm glad you're here and sharing this, and that you're hearing you're not alone. You hear not alone. Hey friend, thank you for joining. We are talking about healing after trauma and abuse, and topic of conversation, how we can take responsibility for ourselves now as adults for our healing journey. Got YouTube going, got you guys here, and I got my Facebook going, and we're having a beautiful heart-to-heart conversation. So please, Wanda, be gentle with yourself. You're doing a beautiful job. It's not your fault. Good. Yes, she is feeling all the love, the fierce love coming from all of us. I hear you, Jojo. One day at a time, my friend. Keep going. Keep going. Keep doing what you got to do. Let's see. Yes. Hey, LD, I just saw your question. Was I being too hard today? Was I being hard on you guys today? You asked me to be more loving, more gentle. It's a tough one. But it is also the good news, right? For me, it was the good news once I understood how I could take responsibility for my life. And a lot of that was through self-care. Oh, okay, got it. All right, I didn't see your permission to share, so I'm glad you're here. So let me know if you want me to share your comment or not. But I just went straight to the bottom because I was scanning for your share comment. So, but thank you for posting in our group. So what I was saying is that when responsibility is, right, it feels good that I can actually, do things for myself, that I'm not dependent on the people in the past and people maybe in my life that can't give things to me, that there's things that I can do, right? And that's, again, the most rewarding part of it has been becoming, through the inner child work, by becoming the parent and the protector that I needed, and literally raising myself up again. So the truth is fighting the lies, sending you love. All right, thanks, LD. And then I saw Rob posted as well. So LD said, I have had some hard feelings this week. I needed to take some time alone to journal about these things. It is helping to sort through them and put them in a better reframe. So important. Reframe, reframe, reframe. A couple of days ago, Dave was joking around with me. I was feeling some hard emotions and really didn't feel like having him tease me. I was able to say, hey, I'm having some hard feelings around this topic. Will you please be a little more gentle around this topic today? Good for you, LD. Good for you. Yes, that feels good, doesn't it? Feels good. It sounds so simple, but yet, oh my gosh, I can still remember how hard that was in the beginning, just to ask, like, listen, can I just, like, can you not speak to me that way? Can you just pause? Yes, that's right, Sue. Roxy is here. I'm holding onto the table so she doesn't shake it all around. So good for you, LD. Good for you. Svava, it's harder when I think of the young adult Wanda. That's where the confusion is. I get it. I get it, my friend. You're welcome, LD. I understand, Wanda. I understand. You and I are set up to have some one-on-one conversations around this. I'm really looking forward to that. Rob, you're funny. You thought Kevin sounded that big? No, that was Roxy. Oh my goodness, you guys, you bring me so much joy. All of you, you do. Thank you, LD. I am so happy for you. All those wins. Then the next time you can do it again. And then the next time you can do it again. And the next time again, right? And then those guys finally learn. Yes, the flappy ears. That's right. That's right. So, Rob, can I share your comment? You didn't give me permission on the screen, so I always want to make sure I ask. While I wait for Bobby's comment on sharing, I see Cindy is sharing with us here. She says, I keep getting drawn back to my 39-year-old self and feeling all alone, scared, hopeless, and defeated. I need to heal from that time in my life. Oof, I hear you, Cindy. My ex molested our child and I was crushed beyond. I'm so sorry, Cindy. I know, that's hard. So hard. Hey, my Periscope friends, the reason why you can't hear them or see them is because they're doing the live chat over on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So just for future reference, if you want to join the chat over on YouTube, my YouTube channel is the same name as the book. So, well, Cindy, my heart, right, goes out to you. And please, my friends, can we send Cindy our love, all we drop into our hearts? I am a fierce believer in the power of our intention and directing our love and our energy to Cindy right now. Yes, you want a screenshot of the book? I'll hold it up for you here. And wanted to say here, Cindy, thank you, Cindy. You're getting some encouragement from JoJo here on Periscope as well. You're welcome. You're welcome, my friend. But here's the thing, Cindy, right? Here's the thing. Your 39-year-old now, she's got you, right? She feels alone, but now she's got you. So if I can encourage you to sit with her, invite her to come to you and tell you how she feels, and you can validate her. You're probably the only person she trusts. You can validate her, you can hear her, you can, accept all her hurt. You probably the only one she feels safe to tell all those things. And exactly, and you are not alone, my friend. You are not alone. We got you. Yes. She says, I go in phases. That's the only way to go. That's the only way to do this, to heal from trauma, because it is in phases, that it is in layers. It is in one layer at a time, one feeling at a time, one, inner critical thought at a time, one lie at a time, one shameful feeling at a time. It can be very tedious. I know, because we are so deep and complex in here. It really just sometimes gets hidden in many, 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 many places. But I'm also happy for you, Cindy, that she is showing up and asking you. She's asking you. Yes, she is the only one you can trust. Right? And it goes both ways. Right? She's coming to you. And deeper cycles on a deeper level. Absolutely, LD. Absolutely. And sometimes when we get pretty deep, there's just so much resistance. There's just so much pushback because, our nervous system, our biology, our thinking, the story about who we are and what our life is about has been produced for so long that it takes an enormous amount of effort to change it and to shift it. And I wouldn't wish on anybody to do that alone. We do not do that kind of transformational work alone. We need we need some people to hold our hands, hold our rope. Yes, exactly, Cindy. Our physical bodies remember the pain. Exactly. So help our bodies to remember right here, right now, right in this moment. I'm right here, right? I am seen, I am heard, I am validated, I am held. That was in the past. This is here now. Yes. It's like as we expand our awareness, we also expand our energy, our bodies, our sensory environment. And as we expand, we open up for the things that were caught in the tight heart spaces to come up so they can be released and let go. Right? So we expand and contract. We expand and contract. That's a normal state, healthy way of being, right? So much of this is to help our bodies. Yes, sweet body. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I was literally cut off. I didn't know you were carrying all this for so long on your own. And I didn't know how to access you. I just didn't know. But now that I know, I am here, I am doing my best to show up for you, to show up for all these parts inside of me that were hurt, right? Each and every one of them deserves to be seen, to be heard, to be held, to be believed. Wanda says, Cindy, it is hard when we find out that our best efforts to protect our children still was not enough. But I had to learn that it was not my fault. My daughter's assaulter assaulted her. Yes, exactly. I'm sorry, Wanda. Ooh. Well, my friends, I'm going to send out some Reiki. So anybody here who wants some Reiki, all you have to do is to say yes, okay? So I think as a community, our hearts, our bodies, our spirits could use a little bit of that tonight. So I'm just going to close my eyes and be quiet here for a couple minutes. So all you have to do is to sit back and yes, and then I'll get to Rob's comment. Thank you, Sue. So just hang on, my friends. So just close your eyes. And just like I said, all you have to do is to say, yes, I am willing to receive some Reiki. If you don't want to, don't worry, you have free will. Reiki is universal love energy that goes wherever it is needed. It helps to lift up our body, our spirit. It helps to heal on all the different levels. And my favorite part is that you just feel like you're surrounded by love. Feels good. I could sit here for a while. I know it's going to keep flowing, so just enjoy. Well, Rob, it's been a while since you shared with us, so anybody that has to leave, I understand, but I want to include our friend's Rob comment, and we will maybe go a few minutes over, but Rob shared with us, I've never had to take responsibility for myself, and learning to do so is a slow process, but I'm glad that the help of non-family relationships, I have managed to nurture my own morals and values to the point that I will fiercely guard them now. Just yesterday, my dad was showing off his new item of fishing equipment. You're welcome, Jojo. Good. Valuable item when he then reveals he found at the river, aka another member of the fishing club had mislaid it. I asked if he had informed the club bailiff to alert the rightful owner, and all of my family said I was in the wrong. I think of who has lost something and how they feel and how I would feel if it was me. Plus, I work on the basis of karma and have integrity, which I am proud of. Yes. Love has I am proud of has to mantra to myself that I am not wrong, and the majority of people outside of my family are decent and understand my thinking. I won't find validation with these people, so I don't look for it. Sweet, sweet man. I hear you, I see you, I feel you. I've known from day one that you were a person of integrity, my friend. My heart immediately knew what kind of man you are. You've been such a blessing for us. And so I am sorry. Yes, exactly. You did answer the question. Absolutely. So thank you so much for sharing, right? And sometimes we need a little reality check like this, right? We talk about trauma and healing here, my friend. And sometimes when we see stuff like that, Rob, or hear it in our family or circles, it's just like, I need to talk to some other people about this. I need a little reality check. So yes, we love and appreciate you, and we have always trusted your integrity, Rob. Absolutely, my friend. So, and what you're learning, like you said, you can't go to these people with your way of thinking or being, right? So you take it to the people that understand it, that see you, right? And you found a way to separate yourself from that. You're not like them. You are nothing like them. I know. That's right. Sue says, it's hard when everyone says you're wrong. Exactly. No. So thank you for standing up for you and doing the right thing. Yes. So my friends, of course, the perfect card, always perfect card. Aw. Think this was a perfect reminder for tonight. One day she understood that she had been a hero all along. Who needed this reminder, right? And that, like, part of taking responsibility for our lives, our healing journey, where we are at today, you are the hero you've been waiting for. You are the hero you've been waiting for. Yes, you are. And what do heroes do? After they rescue themselves, what do? Like Wonder Woman, they can't help but rescue others. They can't help but pass on the love. So, perfect reminder. And going into Thanksgiving, sweet friends, please, 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 right? Remember to be grateful for who you are right here, right now, and how far you have come. Because I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I know on so many levels. Of course, not every level. We're all different, right? I'm not even going to try to say that I can stand in your shoes. I can't. But in so many ways, you are not alone. So, no, we are not here on Thursday, but I hope I'm going to post a link below this video. If you haven't already, I'm super excited to be doing a self-compassion challenge for 5 days starting December 1st on Facebook. And the challenge is through email. So if you don't like Facebook, you can still participate. There will be a Facebook group, but if you don't like Facebook, you can still participate in the challenge. And so for 5 days, I'm going to break down the process of how we can learn self-compassion. I'm like a broken record here about self-compassion, my friends. You guys know it, right? Life is hard. The healing journey is so hard. So learning how to practice kindness towards ourselves as we are wrestling with some hard things about ourselves makes a big difference. Big, big difference on many levels. Many levels. Yep. There you go. Wanda says she may be live on Thursday, but I'm not going to be here on Thursday. I'm going to be celebrating Thanksgiving with my family and some friends. Thank you, JoJo. I hope you get the book, and please let us know. I hear you, Sue. I hear you, friend. Oh, okay. Wednesday night. Got it. Got it. The book, it is available on Amazon or Kindle. And like I said, I'm going to post the link to this challenge below this video. And so you can join us, sign up, and learn more information about it. So thank you, sweet friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful rest of the week. Have a beautiful Thanksgiving. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys here in a week. Same time, same place. Yes, the other book is this one. This is not my book, but I'm a big fan of Kristen Neff and Self-Compassion. Huge fan, actually. So awesome. Keep us posted, Rob. See you here Tuesday again, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, take care, friends. Love you too, Cindy. Stay in touch, please. Stay in touch, my friends.